Hush, my little ones. You must be exhausted. Come, sit and rest a while, and I will tell you a story of dungeons and douchebags. In a far-off land, a death curse has befallen everyone who has been raised from the dead. Its victims waste away day by day. All efforts to reverse the decay have failed, and none can be raised, for death claims them all. The souls of the dead are being stolen one by one and trapped inside necromantic artifacts. Only its destruction would free the trapped spirits and allow the dead to be raised once more. All paths lead to Chult, a mysterious land of volcanoes, jungles, and the ruins of fallen kingdoms. Below them all awaits a deadly tomb. The trap is set, and these brave adventurers have taken the bait. Ileana, the half-elf paladin.
I'll do my best to fight alongside you.
Thalia, the wood elf druid.
I don't know if we can trust them.
Ava, the turtle monk.
Oh, good. You're an idiot.
Luthien, the high elf cleric.
Life is so short. What's the shame in having a little fun?
Mask, the Azamar rogue.
What secrets are you hiding?
And Ak, the Arakocra bard.
The flute. Really? Have you seen my beak?
Do you know where you are? Welcome to the jungle. You're going to die, for none have survived the Tomb of Annihilation. Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Tomb of Annihilation. Our heroes continued their preparations for their adventure, with Mask and Luthien going to the Temple of Soon, which incidentally had some gossip, but mostly they were there for the massages and whatever Mask was doing. Once reunited, the party split up again. Mask and Ileana went to the tavern to find more guides, and while Ileana liked some of them, Mask declared that all of them they had met previously were terrible. Ava and Ak went to the library of Wakango Tomu, where they learned about many hidden cities that could have fit the bill of their mysterious vision. And Thalia and Luthien went to meet up with Banana Candy, their mount for the upcoming dinosaur races, and plot how they could fix the competition. Will the dinosaur races actually happen this episode? Will Mask find a guide that he likes? Will they actually go into the jungle that's the main selling point for the adventure? Oh my god, you guys, it's been 3 sessions. Find out on tonight's episode of Dungeons and Douchebags, Tomb of Annihilation.
Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Tomb of Annihilation. I am your Dungeon Master for the evening, and joining me tonight are my lovely cast and crew of delicious victims, and we're going to keep playing our campaign of Tomb of Annihilation, the adventure published by Wizards of the Coast this past fall, and we have spent several episodes in this city. Are we going to leave the city this session? Probably not. Are we going to leave in the next session? Probably not. Is the entire adventure in the city, and it's just going to be layers upon layers of nightmarish hell? Anyway.
Yeah, we're just going to teleport the end of the campaign to us.
Yes.
It's like, wait a second, how did Jungle get in my city?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And suddenly the ground opens up and trees come out, and bam, a jungle.
Mm-hmm.
It's
now
like,
you're a tree.
It's gonna be like the Smash Bros. Arena, where they'll just constantly change the set without you guys moving anywhere. That is our experience for this game.
like a musical where people in black clothes, are gonna come on and they're gonna change the stuff, and then we're gonna be standing there, and then we're sometimes gonna bump into them, and it's gonna be kind of awkward, and sometimes the set pieces are gonna fall over, and it's gonna be really loud and awkward.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm supposed to be carrying some tambourines downstairs, but the guy who's illuminating the stairs for me to safely walk down isn't there, so I just fall and bust my back on the staircase and carry tambourines.
What a classic.
Classic. Well, yes.
My cello on stage, and then I hit my end pin, and then I fall, and I almost break my cello, but then I fall, and then I catch my cello, and then I drop my music, and the stand everywhere, and it goes flying.
That's the kind of D&D experience we're going to have here tonight.
Oh,
Cello's falling. Exactly. Well, we're gonna hop into it. We have a shorter session than usual today. We have a few members who need to do stuff early tomorrow, I guess, and we're probably gonna run shorter than usual, which means a longer post show. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, "What's the post show?" The post show is where we hang out after the stream is over and we talk to people because social interaction is valuable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me as I get chicken grease out of my throat. The DM scarfed down like 5 pieces of fried chicken before the stream started because he's a hungry boy. So, without further ado, we're going to dive right in. And going to pick up where we last left off on Dungeons and Douchebags, which was, I believe, the upcoming racing day was going to happen tomorrow. Where I almost said Lean, where Thalia will be racing a dinosaur in the Port 9 Zaru dinosaur races. But before we get to that, you guys were hanging out about the Red Bazaar and kind of around the Thundering Lizard. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do throughout the day? Anywhere else you wanted to go? Any other people you wanted to
Hey,
talk
Onyx
to?
and Roman, thank you for $40!
What the hell?
What?
Dankeschön.
Yeah, so that's 4 more days of me living.
What?
Yeah.
Thank you!
Now we're past a week.
Now we're past the week. Good lord.
Thank you for the $40 of fuck you death. I believe that's a major artifact.
Amazing.
Wow. Okay. I love how this stream we said, oh yeah, let's make this funny little idea to like just have people send us money so they can give us hit points. I'm sure we'll get a couple. Nope, people just stop dropping big money. Like, give me a life. Give us. That's right, chat. Give us your paychecks. No, spend
God.
Spend wisely.
Spend your money
What
wisely.
could be wiser than saving the life of a fictional girlfriend?
I agree with Phil. So you heard it here, folks. Wow, I can't speak. You heard it here first, folks. Deposit all of your weekly gains directly into our channel. We promise this will not have any adverse effects on your lifestyle.
Thank you,
Paycheck apply directly to the internet.
Thank you.
Yay.
Paycheck apply directly to the internet. Paycheck apply directly to the internet.
I hate you. I hate that you actually said that in an American voice as well.
Love
Oh
it.
man, and I'm always trying to get Phil to do an American accent.
It only happens when you don't want it. No, when you want it, it doesn't happen.
Okay, let's get roll back onto the ball. Let's go back on the ball.
D&D.
Let's go. Let's go.
Reel it in, you guys. Reel it in. So, you guys are hanging about near the area of the Thundering Lizard and the Red Bazaar. A couple of you were out looking about and just generally perusing the wares, having a drink, and winding down from the day. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do before the day's over? Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and move forward to the racing day.
I'm just gonna make sure. So we've got like in preparation of the race. So since Atlas isn't gonna be here, okay.
Okay.
I agree.
I'm just looking over the stuff.
Okay.
So we got. Jeez.
Okay.
Bearings. We got the caltrops. We got. Did we get the?
You got alcohols. You got a lot of alcohols.
You got a lot of tags.
You
I'm
got.
gonna assume that what ends up happening is that like everybody else is kind of having a nice sleep in, but then freaking Lucian is like, all right, time to start my cheating. I mean day. And then just like prepared all of this shit beforehand, and like they're so exhausted, it's just, all right, good luck. Cocks out back at the freaking room.
Like,
or what?
My work here is done.
The thing is, elves only need to meditate for like 4 hours, so they're like totally Gucci.
Right. As far as Mask knows, there is no cheating going on because no one told him, so he just doesn't care.
Man, they could have told him, and they would have been even better.
So yes.
Wait, that's a perfect solution. Why don't we just get Mask to cheat instead of Lucian? Him.
Would you like to go speak to Mask?
Something has to happen. Lucian has to. He has to get busy.
Stuff, but then there's like there's a lot of prep stuff from Lucian, and then like because I don't know how long the race is going to take, he probably still does need to take that like 4-hour meditation.
Would you like to literally go knock on Mask's door and initiate a roleplay?
Well, is Lucian like in the game not going to be available during the race? Like suddenly?
More so, okay, out of character reason, the DM doesn't want to have to control Lucian's character because the DM doesn't like doing that. But more in character reason is, yes, Lucian is kind of helping out on the fringes. So if we want to structure this from a story perspective, if you convince Mask to get involved here, not speaking for your character, Alex, it would be like Lucian and Mask are kind of working in tandem, but Mask is pretty much doing all the work, but from a technical sense.
All right.
But
see.
But if Mask is doing this, or whoever agrees to this plot, then I'll give that person advantage on any rolls they're trying to make for cheating, because technically Lucian would be there helping them. So yeah. The DM doesn't want to play Lucian.
Okay.
Alright,
yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna go literally knock on his door. Because Thalia's a pretty straightforward kind of woman.
I love her.
Alright,
roll strength.
I think I'm good.
Mask opens the door and like adjusts his mask to go back over his face. What?
Okay. So the dino racing tomorrow.
Yes, that is a thing that's going to happen.
For it. Well, me and Lucian. Lucian. I can't say his name ever.
I think it's Lucian.
It's Lucian.
Yeah, Lucian.
Lucian. All right, got it. Me and Lucian have been preparing for it.
Yes.
We may need your help.
Why?
An expert of city streets, and we may need help maneuvering them, as well as... I'm just going to be frank. May I come into your room so that people don't overhear us?
Mask shrugs and steps aside so Thalia can enter.
And then she closes the door, and she's like, what we've decided to do is give us a little bit of an advantage during the race, and we're going to need some extra hands to help that.
So what you're saying is you're not good enough to win the race on your own merit.
It's not me running, it's the dinosaur. This dinosaur is not good enough to win on its own.
So what you're saying instead is you want me to sabotage the other dinosaurs.
We've already purchased what we need.
And what's in it for me?
A DM question.
Yes?
What are we winning?
Presumably, you don't. Well, no official race reward has been announced. I mean, all you know about the race is that people can bet, but in regards to what the first place victor wins is apparently not been told or revealed to you guys yet.
Getting the
thinking
reward.
happening.
Yeah.
Well, I was speaking and then you spoke over it.
Sorry.
We're going to be getting the reward, I assume, if we get first place, which we will if we do this correctly.
Yes.
Reward, we'd all be using it. We can split it up accordingly.
Get me Lucian's share and I'll think about it.
Great. Does that mean that I could... Wait, what does that mean?
Mask is basically saying, hey, if you're gonna split it all up, I want more than just the share I would normally get.
Lying. By splitting it up accordingly.
Like,
You would be getting more than, say, Ack.
Oh,
You hear
now
a distant, hey!
Now you're starting to speak my language.
I'll give you what you need, and I'll tell you what you need to do.
All right.
I hand him 50 caltrops and 1k of ball bearings.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's what I've already forgotten, because that's what he had, what Lucian had. And also I think we already bought the huge kegs of alcohol. Yeah, we did. We're going to have to wake up early in the morning, and when we do that, we're going to go over to the water and we're going to replace some of it with excessive amount of alcohol.
I'm assuming this is for the sake of sabotage and not just because it would be hilarious to watch a dinosaur get drunk.
Both.
Both is fine.
A reference appreciated.
Yep.
Alrighty, great. So you hand off the supplies to Mask. The plan is roughly set. Is that all everybody wanted to do? Is that all? Or is there anything else? Speak up if you want. Feel free to also say the word no, I'm good.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I think we're good. I just had one quick question. Did we determine where we're throwing the ball bearings and caltrops from?
You have not.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. You should probably ask that.
So where are we throwing these from?
From the alleyways before we get there. Or after I pass. Lucian will show you, but we've already planned out the route.
All right. Fair enough.
Alrighty.
Bring them from on my steed.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. Now I'm good.
All right. Now that everybody's up to speed and ready, if everybody else is good, then yes, the night comes to a close, spending at the tavern amongst the crowds, the flittering crowds of the Thundering Lizard. Everybody's still staying in the Thundering Lizard, correct? Or did anyone move to Kaya's house of repose?
I know that Ileana paid for 3 nights at Thundering Lizard, so it'd be a waste to move for the moment.
Yeah, and Ava lives with her dying girlfriend, so
Yes, Ava lives with... Ava went home and kissed me a goodnight, and it was very sweet, and...
Who is... Mia, who is looking 11 hit points healthier.
Wow, baby, you look so much healthier today!
Her arm has come back on!
Your arm's back!
Thanks, I've been trying a new facial cream. Anyway.
I've been trying this new face mask. It's really good. It's the Sonic glow mask.
It's working really well! And you're so buff!
I can't remember exactly where, but I know Ack is sleeping like this tree or something.
Yeah, he's sleeping in a tree for sure. We know that much. All right, well, with that in mind, the night does come to a close, passes without incident. The next day arrives, and as you all stir yourself to sleep, stretching away after the long night's rest, you can feel that the air is just, it's a little cooler than usual today. It seems like the normal kind of oppressive 95 degrees humid that happens here in Port Nyanzaru has lifted a little bit. It's closer to like 75 degrees, and it's fairly pleasant, with a very faint breeze passing throughout the various streets, kind of wafting, even amplifying the sense of the city even more so than usual. So a good day for racing, it would seem. It would seem that the weather is at least on your side. And you each come to wake up and go about the day, getting food or getting a drink or whatever you need to do the day. Is anyone other than our racers and Mask? Anybody else had anything they wanted to do to start the day, or go out and see something, talk to someone? What do we got?
I'd like to take some time to look for some more rumors or whatever before the race.
Okay.
Just try to
the race, the Unchained race is going to be at about two bells past midday. So it's about like 8 a.m. right about now. So you could spend a few hours rumor mongering if you want.
Yeah, that would be good. We had plans to talk with Jamal, right?
I think that was, after the race.
Yeah, okay, after the race. Yeah, I'm like that. We had plans to meet the guy at some
We have
point.
plans. It's just most of the plans I can think of are after the race is done.
I'm just gonna do some rumor milling while
Okay.
While we're waiting.
How many hours do you want to spend rumor milling?
Probably up until like 1 o'clock, because I'm probably gonna go help with Banana Candy because I know a bit about this stuff.
So if you're out of the house by if you're up by 8 and you're out of the house by 9, so that's going to be 10, 11, 12, 1. So that's like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Make me 4 insight checks separately without advantage.
Okay.
Without advantage. That was with advantage. That's for 20 on the second one.
So sorry.
Let's take the first number from both of those, or?
Yeah, we're going to take the first number.
Sorry.
What's up?
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Boop.
It's always going to display.
Turn off advantage.
Turn off advantage.
Turn off advantage.
Where? Sorry. I don't know where.
It's okay. It's in like the.
I'm doing it as the DM right now because we still have a few people whose character sheets are not toggled to do this. Advantage toggle. Where did you go? You were. What? Hold on. I know it's in general options. Where did you go?
I don't know where I went.
There we go. It's roll queries.
Roll queries. Yeah,
roll queries.
In the gear.
And then query advantage. And then wait, that didn't give you the query. What the fuck? Hold on. Advantage toggle. There we go.
Advantage
now
toggle.
you should have a thing displayed on your character sheet. So
there we go.
Okay, so roll one more. We'll just use the first numbers on those last 3. Okay, 12. So you spend 4 hours running about the town, going about talking to people, sifting kind of the truth from the mountains of rumors that you can kind of find, like all the different conjectures and myths you hear. Going about the town, talking to. Generally, when you go around rumor milling, you talk to the people who work kind of are in or around the jungle, and also just more of like the local city folk, who know some things here and there. Talking to some hunters, guides, explorers. So for 4 hours, you go around town, going into the various different regions of Port Nyanzaru, asking around, and about 2 hours worth of that, you actually get anything that generally actually stands out to you. And the DM is going to now make a D100 roll because he needs to. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll 1. I'm using the chat today.
All right.
96 and 70. What does that say on here? All right, cool. And it's 96. Whoa, hold on. This is a weird chart.
You're a weird chart.
Thank you.
Thank you for the bits.
Thank you for the bits. Sorry, I'm looking. This chart there must be a mistype on this chart because it says a result for 88, a roll of 88 to 92, and the next roll is 97 to 100.
Yeah, there's a 93 to 96 that got missed.
Yeah. So hold on. This might be a roll 20 screw up. Let me go check my book real quick. 1 second.
This is so cool.
So, how about that local sports team?
Well, while we're waiting on that, I feel like if Ack flies down from the freaking roof, it's like, oh, did you not sleep inside?
Okay.
Yeah, swoop down. Like,
The book
good morning.
that hid from the DM's sight. A novel in 5 parts. All right, here we go. This is the Port Nyanzaru Rumors table, which is... Yeah, boy. It's right here. Yeah, there we go. There is one that's missing, and I found it. Yeah. One of the first things you hear is that, some jungle lore, you hear, a local, artisan who's been kind of in striking up conversation with, mentioned that, perched atop a plateau overlooking the Aldani Basin is a ghost village. All the people there disappeared. No one knows why. You can reach the Aldani Basin by following the River Ocean Star if you want to see for yourself. It's kind of the gist of what you hear from them.
River Ocean Star?
Ocean Star, yes. The second bit that you kind of get, that just seems of any... You don't get much from your rumor milling, I should say, but the second thing you hear is a simple warning, is watch out for any mist with a blue tinge to it. It spreads a fever that drives people mad. Yeah.
Hey, good to know.
Which I would say that you would have encountered that, or at least know about it being a native already.
Yeah.
So this warning kind of just comes and like, I know. You don't
I've heard.
Yep, yeah. You know that it's it's a disease local to Chilt called it's monkey fever. Hold on, sorry, it is. I
heard mad monkey fever from the bitch.
Yeah. Yes, from the bitch. Yes, mad monkey fever.
All right, good to know.
Yes. But, like, other than that, you don't get, like, a lot of useful information from the locals today. It seems like most everybody's distracted with preparing for the upcoming race. Especially evident by the fact that people at the Grand Souk are beginning to clear a path through the actual marketplace itself. And also, people are out painting the street a bright, vibrant pink. That seems to be the track that the dinosaurs are running along. Even though on the DM's map, it's red.
Makes her way through the streets, she definitely steps in some of the paint and ends up with some pink footprints. It's great.
Yep, so a couple of some turtle prints kind of lead off through various streets here and there.
God damn it. Why?
Like when a child walks through wet concrete, yeah. Yes. So that's what you're doing. Anybody, Ilyana, did you have anything you wanted to do?
I mean, I think she would just be a little bit shocked that Ak like flies down from the freaking like tree or something. It's just like, wait, but we bought rooms. I thought. Wait, do you not sleep in the room?
Well, it's a bit warm in there, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess. She has like that laughing smile on her face, but in the back of her head's like, what did I buy the room for?
Well, in fairness, I did make it very clear when Ilyana was buying that I wasn't going to have a room.
Mm-hmm. Did say that.
As you guys are out and about on the street, Ilyana, and
you're fun with that, don't you?
You're approaching you. A tabaxi individual wearing...
Oh, it's the minstrel!
This guy!
Walking up, and just saying, good evening. I was wondering if I could perchance bother one of you for a gold piece?
A damn gold piece.
Ilyana like waves her hands like and then she like goes into her bag and then she pulls out a gold coin.
And he accepts it graciously and says, "Thank you. I'm gonna be placing a bet on the gambler today, and I'll pay you back. I'm just a little short. Thank you.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah. Good seeing you, and you as well." Kind of kinks the coin in his teeth and heads off down the street.
Hank just kind of looks down at Ilyana with one of those really kind of looks.
What?
You're too kind for your own good, aren't you?
Well, if you were short the money, and he really played very well yesterday, I think it's only fair.
Oh well.
And I mean, we're going to be heading into the jungle soon. I don't know if they're going to be using too much gold in there.
There is a profound silence. Okay.
Yes.
Apparently.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
I was,
no,
I
I'm
was
back.
wondering if he was going to say any more than that, but nah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, no, I cut out. My internet just absolutely.
Oh,
buggered
the
up
internet
for
cut
last
off.
night.
Okay, that's what
I did
happened.
act
Hello,
Spanish
darkness,
to
my
make
old friend.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. But
Sorry.
you hear what I said before that cut out then?
No.
Okay, well, Ileana's like, well, we're about to go into the jungle too, so I don't know if we're going to be using too many gold coins in there.
You naive. You know what? Sure, let's go. And then I kind of just nudge Ileana towards the wherever it is we're going.
Wait, what did you call me?
Alrighty. Well, you guys begin making your way about as well. It seems like the general thrum of the crowd today is heading towards Throne Hill, the secondary hill on the eastern side of Port Nyanzaru that houses Golden Throne, which is the seat of the Merchant Prince's power, which is right on over here. Oh boy, where the racetrack begins. Seems like people are generally flocking there, but a good number of people are also clustering around this track that has been painted out all throughout the city. People assuming positions on crates or from overlooks, and just generally trying to get a good view. As midday passes, this kind of excited murmur amplifies as it begins to lead in closer and closer to the time when the race.
Where do you think would be a good spot for us to watch the race?
Yeah, for those of you
There's
watching
so
the
many
race,
people.
pick a spot.
Is there anywhere particularly high that is normally out of reach that would be a really good vantage point for the race?
Nothing that's the highest places overlooking the race. Would either be from one of the walls or from one of the three bridges it passes under in the city proper. Like one there, one. Hold on 1 second. One there and one over by the Temple of Soon. There is the perch overlooking Executioner's Run in the Old City that a couple of people are hanging out on as well. But it just seems like nothing that's especially inaccessible to folk without wings. It seems like everywhere that has a good view, people are.
Fair play. Well, Ileana, what would you enjoy more, the finish or the race?
Well, I want to see if we can see as much of the race as possible, but I think the end would be where we really want to see, right?
True. How does right about here sound? Is my
Where did you
thing
click?
pinging?
Shit.
There it is.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I see the ping.
Oh. That seems like a good idea. We'll see the last sort of court of the race. Small
We should.
sparkles in eyes, like, huh?
All right.
Yeet. All right, we head over there.
So you guys are perching nearby the arena for like near the ending.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Do you want to be finding seats in the Coliseum itself, or do you want to be finding it all along the walls, kind of nearby?
We'll still be able to see like the Coliseum end kind of thing if we're on the wall.
Yeah, you'll be able to see kind of like you'll be able to see if you're up on the wall surrounding the Coliseum. You would see more of what's going on in the streets from atop Yikawazee Hill. But you wouldn't see, like, once the dragons run in through the arch into the Coliseum, you wouldn't see inside the Coliseum itself. You would only see, because the Coliseum walls are a little bit higher than the walls of the hill.
Okay.
So it's the choice of do you want to watch just whoever finishes, or do you want to watch some of the race actually happening? It's up to that.
In that case, question directly to the DM.
Yes.
Would I be able to, and just hypothetically speaking, would I be able to carry Ileana and fly around the track as the dinosaurs are racing and get that kind of view? Or would that be just way too heavy?
You could. Technically, you would be moving at half speed while holding another person, but since you're not doing that, I mean, since you would just mostly be doing this just kind of idly, just kind of
mainly
flying
gliding
about.
and shit.
Yeah, you could. If you think can hold on to Ileana for that long.
No, I'm pretty sure. Good. Okay. At this point, I whisper into Ileana's ear so Ava doesn't hear and get jealous. Hey, you want to see something really cool?
What?
You want to fly around?
What?
Ava kind of perks up. What are you telling her?
Oh, just something about anime.
Garbage.
Your favorite waifu was shit.
Your wife is shit. Mine's the only good one.
Fuck. But yeah, I just kind of. I'm not sure how to explain it. Just a sec. I mean, I could carry you and we could follow the dinosaurs in the air if you'd like.
I feel like Ileana just kind of like, it's sort of like that puppy dog thing where the eyes just like expand. It's like, wait, really?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Just puts hands on her cheeks like, I don't think I've ever fallen before. I mean, I've been up in high places, but that's a different thing.
When's the dinosaur race starting, by the way? Relative to
like in about like an hour by now, I'd say.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can just hang around for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, when the race starts, I'll let you know and I'll pick you up. Okay.
Okay. Don't let me fall, please.
Never.
I mean, I'm not.
Nods.
I was like, well, all right. You two have fun with your secret discussion over there. I gotta go, feed Bennett banana candy and give him a pep talk and remind him that we're doing this for Mia. Very important.
Oh, good shit.
Mask, you're assuming a position for sabotage, correct?
Correct.
Where would you like to do that?
I would like to do so. I'm pinging it right now.
Okay.
By this bridge by the Temple of Soon.
Okay.
Oh.
So you kind of hang out in the shadows underneath the archway, kind of hanging out in a nearby alleyway, right on the very fringe of the mainland part of the city, waiting. You can see that above you, up on top of the bridge, are numerous. You see a couple of familiar faces, some of the brothers and sisters of Soon, who are even more so garishly dressed for the occasion, holding what looks like streamers over the ends of the bridge.
Oh boy!
There's a pretty big clamor up there that you definitely feel like you're unnoticed down here.
Nice.
With your dark robes in the alleyway. Great. So for those of you who are participating, the DM will specify. So not participating. For those of you who are watching, rather, they are taking bets at the Coliseum if you guys want to gamble on the races. If you want. That is, if you wanted to go to, like, you'd go to the Coliseum to deposit your bets before the race begins, and then you would either pay or cash out following the race. So, does anybody want to gamble?
I'll gamble a gold coin on banana candy.
Also,
I believe in our lovely dino.
The chat brings up an interesting point. Could I do multiple sabotage events since Mask can move through cities twice as fast?
Ooh.
Ooh.
What was the original plan?
It would. I would say it'd be difficult because it involves dinosaurs running, but
like parts of the city.
Yeah, through different parts of the city.
Mm-hmm.
I would. Here's what I'll say. Let's see. If you're at the bridge, where would you want to move to? Give me a specific where you think you would like to move to.
Okay,
from
so
your first position.
The likeliest place I could get to in time to catch the dinosaurs would probably be the Grand Souk. Everywhere else, I would not be able to get there in time without crossing their path.
In all likelihood, okay, yeah, I'd say that's. We'll have a roll for it. But
right.
you could get there. Yeah, you could probably get there, but we'll have a roll for it.
Fair enough.
Yep, great. Awesome. So, bets. Ileana's throwing down a gold on banana candy.
I could also throw a gold coin.
Also a gold coin? Okay.
Yes, sir.
The bookie taking bets, is like, is a Chilton female who is kind of swamped by like dozens of people calling up and like shouting out bets at her. And as you just walk up, you just put down your golds on banana candy. It's kind of like a quick scoff on her face, but she accepts it, writes it down into her ledger, and moves on to talking to the other people.
Okay. I just imagine like everyone's like playing the bets and stuff, and Ileana's like getting moved around like in freaking ways, like
Yeah.
Just trying to squeeze her way through to make the freaking bet.
Yep. So, anybody else want to place any bets on the race?
I really want to, but there's no way Ava would. She's way too stingy with her money. Like, even
Okay.
on her girlfriend's dinosaur, she will not bet. Nope.
Naturally. Anybody else? Or is that it?
Mask isn't going to.
Okay. Cool. Great.
It's okay, I bet for everybody.
Great, so we'll all blame you.
Okay.
Oh, yay.
I'm so nervous.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Great. So, with this in mind, everybody begins assembling into place for the races, and the DM's going to need a minute to finish setting something up real quick, so talk amongst yourselves here for a minute.
Is there time for us to like go check out the dinosaur?
Yeah, you can. We'll address that here in a second. The DM needs to finish setting up something, so the DM's going to be muted for a minute.
Okay.
So I guess while we're waiting.
Yeah.
In that case, Ileana, did you want to make our way to the starting line then?
Oh, we can, sure. But before we go, is it? I'm gonna guess that Talia's like close nearby to the group.
Let's assume we're close together.
Yeah, we're close together.
Just
like,
thank you for the bits.
Or she looks like she's about to like run over and take Talia's hands, but she kind of like puts her hands up and then puts her hands down, like, and then puts her 2 thumbs up, like, good luck. I know you can do it.
Thank you.
I was like, are you nervous? Are you experiencing emotion?
Ooh. I'm not.
Like,
Thalia doesn't have her cape on today. She's like stretching out her like shoulders and stuff. She's like, I'm not nervous. I'm just
no capes.
No
capes.
This would be bad in a dinosaur race.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's an eyebrow, like.
The amazing comet got cape caught in T-Rex. No capes.
Look, remember how those idiots were messing with us yesterday and you told them to go die? Just do that, but to a giant dinosaur that can eat you.
I already plan on it. It's just, sometimes I just worry that the authorities will catch me.
Ava laughs. You really think that's gonna matter around here? Everybody cheats.
What?
I suppose.
At this point, Ack just leans in real close to Thalia. Sorry.
Why are you
Ack
like this?
Shut mouth. Ack leans real close into Thalia's ear so Ileana doesn't hear, and just says, "If you win, I'll give you full custody of Ileana for an afternoon."
As if you even have custody.
Shut mouth. I'm trying to be nice.
Ileana just turns to Ava like, wait, what do you mean everybody cheats?
Ava's like,
just race.
Sweet pea. I put my hand on her shoulder. This is Unchained. Everyone cheats. It's just the way of the world.
Oh,
sorry, kiddo. Welcome to Schultz.
Lol, sorry, sweaty.
Sorry, sweaty.
Imagine Ava doing like a winky face, and it was oh god. Nope, that didn't happen.
Oh my
The
god.
DM is back. Hello.
Hello.
Just every single way that Ava's face could possibly distorts at the most that they possibly could every time you wink.
Like, she tries to wink, and it looks like it's causing her like physical pain. Like,
Your skin just
Are you
starts.
alright?
Your skin just starts to crust as you.
You should be able to.
That's
you
a
should
way
be able
to put it.
hear Sirenscape, by the way, now.
yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Yes. So, Ava, you wanted to go see banana candy before the race, correct? Banana candy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say bye to Ileana and Ack. Okay, guys, kiddo, have fun. Look out for her. Oh gosh, my voice just died. Thank you, connection.
Okay.
I'll try to pep talk a dinosaur, which hasn't really worked before, but I'm feeling.
Can't speak in the dinosaur tongue.
That's fair. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Great. Well, you head into Tariki Anchorage, where Banana Candy's pen is. And at the side of you, Banana Candy, you're like, Hadrosaurus is a pretty docile animal. It's fast because especially raised as a racing creature, but fairly docile. Very kind of like waddles up to you because it recognizes you. I assume you have some of its leaves that it prefers, feeding it kind of graciously.
And
lowering
Mia
its bony
always
crested head.
makes Banana Candy like this little mix of like fruit.
Mm-hmm.
That it is not near. Whenever Mia does it, she cuts it into nice shapes and everything. It's very impressive. Ava has managed an approximation of what the fruit salad is like, kind of.
This is what a square should look like. It's supposed to be a slice.
This
is a good fruit square.
None of the fruit slices are the same size. It doesn't look very nice, but she tried. She
right.
pets Banana Candy on the head.
They're
I know it's not as good as what she would do, but
They're supposed to be like love heart shaped, and you just hand them an anatomically correct love heart shaped one.
Perfect. Nailed it. Just Ava like pats Banana Candy and says, "I win, okay? You gotta win for her." Okay,
so
great.
Low sound it emits as it just kind of like lowers its head at you.
All right,
chewing on some
cool.
leaves. Tekwe, the Chilton handler for Banana Candy, who through Mia, is the dinosaur trainer who Mia had hired to keep care of over Banana Candy. He walked up and says, "Miss, you ready for us to take the animal over to the Thorn Hill?"
Yeah. Oh God, Thalia.
What? Am I here?
Yeah, I assume you're here. You're gonna ride the dinosaur, right?
Yeah.
All right. We're here to take Banana Candy to the race. That's what we're here to do. That's a thing.
Okay.
I definitely know what I'm doing.
Yes, of course. Yes. Well, let's get him over there then. And you guys begin taking Banana Candy on your way, leading your way, following the huge throng of the crowd up to the summit of Throne Hill as the DM changes the sound system set. There it is.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'm gonna amplify this a bit.
Wow.
Oh,
Angry. She's angry.
She's angry.
There we go. So, you all begin pulling up. There is a huge amount of people gathered around Throne Hill. There's people through every single section of the city, but a large concentration of them are here watching the races line up, getting to see the various dinosaurs and their riders preparing, all gathered right outside the walls of the large red and gold structure that makes up Golden Throne, the seat of power here in Port Nyanzaro. The guards looking down from the walls, holding their Yickelwuzzies, and all along this ring surrounding the top of the hill are people and various other children selling concessions, like large mugs of Tej are being sold. There's kind of some makeshift tables that have been set up where they can purchase them by the flask. And there's also, everything's held at a distance from the dinosaurs. And some of the dinosaurs Thalia more specifically, as you approach getting towards the lineup, you can see the other competitors. You see a young Tyrannosaur, very young, nowhere near as huge as it should be.
Honker.
Yeah, Big Honker. That is correct. You see Big Honker lining up. They are, and you watch as Big Honker's handlers remove his muzzle, which they do very carefully, as they are avoiding getting alerting the creature and having it begin biting. They very carefully remove his muzzle.
Oh dear.
Alongside, you also see another young Triceratops, Upatau's favorite, Bone Cruncher, very kind of ornery-looking Allosaurus. You see an Ankylosaurus called Grung Stomper, Scarback, another young Tyrannosaur who is, as the name implies, laced. You can see a whole just pattern of jagged and thin lines covering its leathery hide, and it looks like it's been very much abused. You see an Allosaurus named Nasty Boy, as you remember. You also see a Deinonychus named Jungle Princess, and a very old-looking dinosaur, Dimetrodon, known as Mountain Thunder. And among the racers, a couple catch your eye. You see another turtle actually that lives here. The second turtle you've seen aside from Ava, who is currently mounting up onto Grung Stomper. And you also see that to a particular amount of crowd acclaim, this one individual seems to be getting more attention than the others. You see a young Chilton man, probably in his like late teens, early 20s, dark complexioned, wearing very, very high end leathers. He looks like there's definitely an air of wealth to him. Thalia, you of course would not know who this is, but Ava, you would recognize this as Tiriki, the son of the merchant prince Akeneafa, who is particularly fond of the races. He rides Big Honker. And then
that begs the question of if he has one.
God damn it.
He was right there, I'm sorry.
Cammy thirsts. Anyway.
Ultimate.
You also see, very similar to Musharib, the dwarf you had met, you see a very pale-skinned and white-haired dwarf who is currently mounting Mountain Thunder. Ava, you recognize this as an albino dwarf named Kanker Keel. But other than that, you're not familiar with the other racers present. Those are the kind of the two that stick out to you. The others are just a smattering of locals. And also, you do see kind of from the crowd serving bits of mugs of tej from casks that are strapped to the side of a Triceratops. You see Ferrul and Gondolo, who seem to be running a bit of a tej selling market going on here to get a couple of extra coins.
I was like, I want to drink, but no.
Yeah, but
no.
Not those guys.
No.
Yeah. And yeah, the lineup begins. You said, Thali, that you were going to be looking for where the dinosaurs get their water, correct?
The thing is, we were gonna do that hours ago, so...
Yeah.
Oh.
Like in the early morning.
Oh, okay, well then I'll simplify this. Going out there were no troughs laid out for the dinosaurs, actually. You had made your way up to the top of the Golden Throne with the intent of putting them in the water supply, but now that when you got up there was no water supply for the dinosaurs. There was no... Like, you could not find any sense where the dinosaurs got water from, actually.
Also, thank you for the bits.
Sheer dismay. Thanks for the bits. Yeah, it seems like, and from what you've been able to gather following that, it seems like any sort of care in the regards of preparation or hydration or feeding is all handled exclusively by the private trainers in their private areas, very much under guard, because of past instances of meddling.
I see.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you then assume the second part of your plan, which is getting the caltrops ready. Great. So, you mount up. I assume you mount up, is that correct?
Yeah, so Thalia is kind of like looking at other people and definitely getting nervous. Like, she hasn't... This is... Like, being in this really big city, this is like the most people she's seen, like, in a place... But this is really terrifying because now they're looking at her.
This is a little much, and all all eyes are definitely on the pale elf, who very much juts out like a sore thumb among the Chilton racers. And the dwarves.
So-
The dwarves as well. Yeah.
Kind of
So-
taps Thalia on the shoulder. Hey. Half the city. This is nothing.
You know,
You're a hard
but now I
ass
have
and
to glare
yours-
down their dinosaurs too.
What, you can't take a dinosaur? You? You're a scary bitch. Yeah, that's right. You're gonna be great. Ada, kind of gives her a light punch on the arm, and she's like, good luck. You've got this.
I hope I do.
Alrighty then. So, you mount up onto the back of Banana Candy, onto the very specifically crafted dinosaur saddle that has been placed onto his back. You join the lineup, and you begin to wait. You're not sure what you're waiting for, but you are waiting in line with all the other racers. Some of the more ornery dinosaurs. One of the Triceratops, Scarback, is having to be wrangled by some of its trainers to prevent it from immediately lashing out at other dinosaurs nearby it. So there's a little bit of this tenseness on the air as it seems like that this is literally an unchained race. Like they're keeping these things at the ready, and then they're just going to release them to go out and cause some mayhem. And the crowds are losing it. But after a moment, the crowds begin to quiet, and you're not entirely sure why. Like, things fall silent, very eerily silent, and you're left kind of looking around like, is something happening? What do I do? And you hear a very faint horn play out. Not a war horn, but more of kind of like an announcement horn. This low, I can play the exact sound for you. Rings out from atop the walls of Golden Throne, drawing your attention to see a procession of guards, local Port Nyanzaru guards, flanking a group of 3 figures, the lead of which is a young Chilton woman with a great afro, a very well-tended afro adorned with jewelry, and wearing dark black clothes that very tightly hug a curvaceous form, very much showing off her physical fitness, rather. And she stands adorned in golden jewelry, flanked by 2 other individuals. One being a strong Chilton woman with long dreaded hair in gladiator leathers, also adorned with ceremonial gold and cloak aspects to it. And then also to their side, you also recognize Wakonga Otamu. You gather that these are a couple more of the merchant princes, and the beautiful woman at the head of them all, the one wearing the tight leathers. There is a glint in her eye as she takes a step forward. Her face, even though it is past midday, there is a pair of brightly lit braziers in front of her that she steps into the flickering light of as she begins to address the crowd. There is a very hushed silence as you hear her speak. My good people of Port Nyanzaru, the time has come yet again for a race of the beasts. Like every week, there will be a track, and there will be things on that track for you to duck and weave out of for your ultimate reward. Speaking of, and Wakanga takes a step forward, this week's reward is a little bit more extravagant than usual. Aside from the typical gold we will be offering, there will also be a key to the city, offering you free lodging wherever you may go, among with a few other intricate luxuries. And the stronger one, the one wearing the gladiator leather, steps forward, and she says, remember well, this is an untrained race. You will run, you will fight, but you will not kill. So, put on a good show. And remember, and they all say in unison, "May the gods' blessings be upon you." And the crowd's fervor immediately picks back up. And you see a couple of the racers begin kind of readying the dinosaurs themselves crouching low, getting at the ready. You assume the reins of something you have never ridden before to do this.
Heck yeah, Talia!
Yeah!
Woo!
Giving a few cheers.
Big glass of Tej at this point and is now just like, fuck yeah!
And for the record, let me throw out some handouts. This is the first woman.
Ooh. Hello.
And then this was the second woman.
Ooh.
Ah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to focus on Pam Greer for a few more seconds before I go to the other woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I saw Uprising. Please ask all your questions in game and not in chat.
Gonna do.
Thank you. So, Lucian wants to maybe blind them? You said with Sacred Flame?
The Dinosaur Flame. Is it still possible for him to do that?
Well, the issue with Sacred Flame is like a column of holy fire that slams down onto a target. It's not a flash of light. It is a damaging column of divine energy that specifically targets and hurts one person. It doesn't have any blinding effect.
Well, you can still freak the frick out of everybody if he just sends the column in front of the dinosaurs.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, it'll freak out a dinosaur if you send a column of fire down.
It would probably freak them out, but it wouldn't blind anything.
That's fine. Just make them get all skittery. And it also blocks their way.
Okay. I will go into Lucian's character sheet and make a sleight-of-hand check.
I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna talk to Banana Candy because I'm gonna just have this active. I'm gonna be using speak with animals.
Okay. I assumed you casted that as a ritual beforehand, so you don't have to keep casting it, correct?
Before the race.
Yeah, because that's a. So I assume you just did the ritual casting before it, right before going in, so you'll have the 10 minutes for the race and not have to cast it while you're in the race again, correct? Okay, cool. Great. I'm gonna make a sleight-of-hand check for Lucian to see if anyone notices the fact that he is casting a spell. 17. Okay.
So she knows this is gonna happen. I'm gonna be like, "Are you ready?"
Oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty excitable. Ready to race. Get in there and kind of do my thing. Yeah, feeling pretty good. How you doing?
I'm feeling somewhat nervous, but we really have to win this. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
What? All right, we can certainly try. How much you got running on this race?
Person.
Okay, well, sounds great. So, what do we do? Yeah, just you're gonna kick me? You're gonna tell me go? I've never had my rider talk to me before. So, what's your plan here? How are you gonna signal me? This is new and exciting.
A little bit of kicking, or whatever, just a little bit of yelling, whatever just happens to.
All right, sounds interesting enough to me.
The way, at the very beginning of the race, there may be and I'm speaking a little bit quieter at this point and leaning in.
Yeah.
So to everyone else, it looks like I'm just comforting and talking to him, but
naturally.
But I'm just at the beginning of the race, I hope there will be a giant column of flame that will come up. Do not be alarmed. Just go around it.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Okay, I'll remember to not be alarmed by the giant column of flame.
It won't be alarming because you'll know it's coming, and you'll know that it will help you.
Okie dokie.
Wonderful.
Well, this is just exciting. Alrighty then. Yeah. Okay.
Exciting.
So once once the merchant princes have departed, a few guards assume stance near the braziers over Golden Throne where they were standing, and they light a large torch, a very long, ceremonial-looking, ornate torch pole that they then hold up, and you watch as Wakanga then reaches up and makes a gesture with his hand, and there is a burst of colored, fire bang. That's not a freaking word. There's it's kind of like this fireworks that shoot out from the ceremonial torch in this colorful display. And a booming sound, not as loud as thunder, but more kind of like a it's more like an amplified fire pop as opposed to like a booming roll of thunder that immediately causes people to begin running, very quickly accompanied by Lucian, unseen by the crowd, making the gesture like grabbing his holy symbol and casting Sacred Flame, as from the skies a very brief column of divine flame-like light just hits right in front of the racers, causing various of the dinosaurs to rear back and stumble, and a lot of people to panic out and gasp. But as the flame immediately disperses, some of the guards begin looking around to see where that came from. And in that moment of confusion, you take off.
Yeah!
Yeah!
At this point, Ak also just flies off with Ileana. Just
great.
Oh, we're up in the air.
Yeah, you guys are literally flying right now.
Oh gosh! Oh gosh!
It's okay. Just breathe. Just breathe.
So, Talia, the race takes off, and you begin. You tear off and are quickly accompanied by the other dinosaurs who are. Despite the brief momentary confusion, also quick to get on the run. They begin running on. You all begin running onto the elevated walkway that connects above the Merchant's Ward, where a throng of people cheer from below. I need you to make your animal handling check for banana candy.
I just went to the wrong tab. Hold on.
Oh no!
Oh no! Woo!
A 15 for great. Great. Now I need to make everybody else's checks real quick. So that means. So, and by the way, just to refresh on the rules, by the way, since it was last when I explained these, you make this check every round of the race, and you'll get a number of points equal to you'll get a number of points for succeeding on the check. You also have the choice to kind of try and push your dinosaur beyond his normal limits, and to try and get more points. So keep that in mind, okay? All right. So you get. Who wants to be the official tallier of the points? By the way, because I mean a tallier of banana candy's points rather. Because I'm going to tally the other riders, but more specifically the person tallying for banana candy.
So let me grab my pencil really fast and I'll do it.
Sure. Great. So banana candy is currently at 40 points.
Okay.
Remember that.
Okay.
Great. Let me make the check for the others.
There we go. So 40 points. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, you can see that everybody else begins taking off. You're at level with some other racers, kind of at even pace as you're crossing over the bridge. The bridge of which it has walls, but exceedingly thin low walls. So it's not like people seem to be kind of keeping a little closer towards the center so they don't risk falling off. Do you proceed, or do you want to do anything in particular as you cross the bridge?
So what? People are near me?
Like a few people, a few smatterings of racers who are of relatively even pace.
Close.
Like within distance for you to do something to. Like
I reviewed the rules pretty closely before this last session.
Yeah.
Is it bad to, knock someone off of the dino?
No.
Try that.
Cool.
Oh boy!
Make a strength. Just actually roll a d20, and I'm using the dinosaur stats for this. So among the people around you, you do see that there is the Dimetrodon, known as Mountain Thunder, kind of in even pace with you, as well as the young Triceratops thundering by as well as a Actually, that's it. Those are the people who are immediately next to you. Which one do you want to go for?
I was gonna say something, and then, which ones are near me?
I said the Dimetrodon and the Triceratops are near you.
Definitely Triceratops. But I'm gonna
go for the Triceratops.
Yeah, but I'm gonna use that with me. Never mind. I was gonna say like the blunt end of my spear, but then I was like, I don't think that would go past security. So
okay, so you can, if you want, you can slam your dinosaur into them.
Like punch him?
Yes, no. Uprising.
Can I punch him?
It's because of the way that you're riding dinosaurs, it'd be harder to like get in close enough on the thick Triceratops to get a punch on the rider. You could use banana candy to slam into the other dinosaur if you wanted, though. Like you're more so.
How
using
about we do that?
You want to do that? Okay, yeah. You're more so using your dinosaur stats for physical acts than yourself.
And while we're doing that,
yeah. All right, great. So roll d20. Okay, you got a 9, and you're riding a Hadrosaurus, so that's going to be +2. So you got an 11 on your strength check. And this is the Triceratops.
That's a +3.
The Hadrosaurus? What?
Yeah, attack +3, says Hadrosaurus.
Yep.
Not. My Hadrosaurus page says +2 on their strength.
I only have a table that has attack rather than strength, and that says +3.
Oh yeah, no, these aren't the attacks. These are like those actually
dino stats.
You know what? These are like dino stats, yeah. But you know what? Yeah, let's use those. Let's use those. So yeah, you can take a +3.
Yeah, because we have
That's
access
12.
to those.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you guys can see those, so we'll use those.
Hooray.
Great. So yeah, you come running in, charging into trying to slam into the Triceratops. Triceratops needs to make another opposed check. All right, so you slam directly into the Triceratops. You begin charging toward the Triceratops, rather, and it sees you coming. And you see as the albino dwarf rider on its back looks over at you and snarls, and right before you run into it, he turns directly into you, slamming the Triceratops into banana candy, instead of throwing you for a loop. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, good. You managed to pull the reins and manage to keep yourself on banana candy and prevent banana candy from falling off the fucking bridge. But you managed to prevent that, and you continue on. Stage 2.
Oh no!
Dust clouds rise up behind your mount as you tear around. You can see the Temple of Savras up ahead of you, and you watch as a couple of the dinosaurs, a few kind of now, you're getting closer towards a large cluster now. Some are going to the left, some are going to the right. All around the temple, you see various happy priests lining the streets, all holding their hands forward and shouting and like gesturing at the various riders to come over. And you do watch as a couple of riders pass by. That one runs very close to one of the priests and reaches his hands down and kind of high fives the priest. You make eye contact with a couple of priests who are making the same gestures of like, come over here, come over here. First of all, yeah, go ahead and make your general animal handling check for speed and for points.
Bad though.
It's a 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to try and push your dino? Sorry, you got a 10, so that is enough to get 40 points, but do you just want to stick with the 40 or go for a 50?
I'm not going to push my dino at this part of the race.
Okay, good. So another 40 points for banana candy.
Okay.
The other dinosaurs need to make their individual checks. Yep. All right. All right, and Jumanji. Okay, and great. So yeah, the other racers, a couple of them now falling behind, but most of the others now kind of caught up in the race in speed. You begin holding your own as well. You're going forward, and as you're kind of running around the exterior walls of the temple, you do see some of those priests kind of shouting, "Hey, come here, hey!" like reaching out for you,
High five me,
holding
bro.
their hands towards you.
High five me, bro.
Do you do anything?
I go towards the priest and high five him, bro.
Make another animal handling check.
Oh!
Yeah, without any hesitation, you steer your dinosaur toward them, and you reach out and you get a quick high five on one of the priests. But it's more than what you think, and as your hands make contact, as you're passing by, you watch as there is a burst of divine light from his hand as that priest casts guidance on you. You can now at any point in this race, for one time, you can roll a d4 and add it to an ability check of your choice.
You priest.
Yep.
Question for the
great.
DM.
Yes.
Do Ileana and Axe see all of this stuff that is going down with the
Yeah, you guys are
dingos
flying
running
around
at each other?
watching this. Yeah.
Oh man, oh my gosh, that's so nice. Oh no, I have my Axe. Do you think we can get a little bit closer? Because I think Ileana is going to try and shine some light into the dino's eyes from her shield using the reflection of the sun. Because she's like, you know what?
Okay.
People are cheating. Fine. Not
Ileana,
nice.
I'm so proud. Come on.
So ends the innocence of our baby.
Yep. So you swoop down. Well. You swoop down trying to shine light in some of the dinosaur's eyes?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Just the ones that are a little bit... How do I do that? What is the roll? What do I do?
Go ahead and just make a survival check to try and catch the light of the sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
more
that's
so
gonna be...
you're trying
Don't you know?
To get the right angle.
I'm thinking survival for trying to catch the sun and utilize it as a tool.
Well...
So go ahead.
Not
bad. No. Yeah. Is there a particular dinosaur you want to kind of shine in?
Whichever one is ahead of our baby.
Yeah, that would,
ahead of banana candy.
Yeah, that would be a pair of Tyrannosaurs. Both the Tyrannosaurus Rexes are currently ahead, not by much, but by a fairly decent amount.
This is basically Ariana's face right now.
You angle the light and it catches Scarback directly in the eye, and you watch as it reels. I will give it disadvantage on its next check because it is ornery as hell. So
it's a grumpy Gus.
3. Yes, Sage.
Skip it up nice.
I do something at the at the point where they converge.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to drop a little bit of ball bearings.
Okay.
The ones that are behind me.
Sure.
So
I'll give everybody who has lower points than you, make sure they'll make a check so they don't fucking fall on their face. But that will be in the next stage of the race. As you kind of throw a few ball bearings behind you, you guys go rounding down down alongside the slopes, descending this hill onto past the temple of Savras. I can't remember any of the names all of a sudden. And as you come around, you see the Temple of Gond, where a number of these clever water-powered contraptions are on display, and a number of them shooting water jets intermittently across the road. And you watch as one of the Tyrannosaurs, who is running directly in front of you, who has the light being caught in its eye by Eliana, as it runs, a stream of water shoots out, hits the rider directly in the face, and the rider is knocked clean off the dinosaur.
I'm sorry.
I cheer.
That rider quickly stumbles to quickly get back onto Scarback. So I need you to first of all make your animal handling check for the race. All right, good. You got another 40 points. As I need to make, and also I need you to make a check for to avoid these waters. So make a dexterity saving throw. Sorry. I meant wisdom. Another animal handling check. Sorry. another animal handling. Yeah, no, you are confident in riding along. As you come racing up, you watch as another stream takes out another rider. You seeing kind of where the water is flowing through the machine, duck just as another one sweeps over your head, splashing across the side to the other building, and you continue onward, keeping at a great speed. The race continues along, bending along the side of the cliffs nearest the ocean as you go past. You're about to reach directly underneath the elevated causeway that leads to the Temple of Soon. The beautiful brothers and sisters of Soon are ready on the overpass, preparing to dump shiny things directly onto the track that'll make you appreciably more attractive.
Yay!
Yeah.
I love being sexy.
So, first of all, make a animal handling check for racing. Another 40 points.
Woo!
By the way,
and
at this point,
What is my consistency?
I pat Banana Candy and I say, "You're doing amazing."
Oh, thanks. You know, it's going real good out here today. Oh, I'm having lots of fun. Okay. And you look up just as you see 5 brothers and sisters of Soon dump a load of streamers down in your direction. I need you to make another animal handling check.
Oh no!
Great, yeah. You curve out of the way as these streamers hit the ground, and you watch as they begin dumping glitter and more streamers on other racers. A couple of the dinosaurs get tangled up and blinded by the various decorative pieces, and they begin to slow and stumble. But you continue ripping through. As Mac, you watch Banana Candy, so far in 3rd place, come storming by.
All right. Nice. I am gonna throw some ball bearings then to make everyone behind him basically useless, because now they're blind and have to deal with that ball bearing shit.
Yay!
Yep. Great.
And then once I get a chance,
Are you using ball bearings or were you using ball bearings or caltrops?
Ball bearings. Caltrops are for the other
cool.
stage if I can get there.
Gotcha. So yeah, Mass, you throw the ball bearings out on the track, and you watch as a couple of these stumbling, blinded dinosaurs. Let me make a couple of rolls here. You watch as 4 of them all they hit the ball bearings and they slip and they stumble, and the riders roll off into the ground, into the dirt, and just curse under their breath and have to mount the dinosaurs again, and slowing them down significantly, while a couple more are able to pass by, avoiding the ball bearings, putting Banana Candy at a significant lead over the rest of the crowd.
By the way, did you remember to do that check for the other trap that I put?
I did, yes. And most of them succeeded.
Aw.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately. But
hey,
yeah,
can I go for another one that's in the lead, because
yeah, you're in 3rd place now.
So
all right,
do
great.
it, Ileana.
Great.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying it's good.
As you round beyond the causeway, heading through the various alleys and streets, filling the merchants' wards down here on the lower side of the hill, and you see crowds lining the street, and suddenly a cloud of flying lizards swoops out of an alley to your left, zooming directly into the path of you and your fellow racers. I need you, first of all, make your check for the race.
The hell?
Oh!
Great, another 40 points. And I need you to make a dex save.
While that's happening, can I also try and help with the with letting one of the other front row dinos again?
Make another survival check.
Oh no!
Damn it.
Yeah, no, it's with the large cloud of flying lizards that have swooped out over kind of obscuring the racers. You have a hard time angling it to where you can get it directly into one of the dinosaur's eyes. Thalia, you duck down, hugging Banana Candy very tightly. And Banana Candy, being an herbivore, has no interest in eating any of these flying lizards, so you just thunder through the cloud back out onto the streets.
Yeah!
Now you begin passing through, and your dinosaur roars as you ride through the gates of Old City. A huge crowd looks down on you from the elevated causeway that connects 2 of the ziggurats. You will need to make 2 Yes?
Did the Tyrannosauruses in front of me want to eat any of the lizards, and did that slow them down?
I made the rolls and they succeeded. Yeah.
Why are these Tyrannosaurs good at everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, because they have really fucking high stats.
The race
and also the riders also have really good rolls, apparently.
Hashtag all dinosaurs matter.
Yeah, all dinosaurs matter. And the one that's currently at the very head of the lead because Scarback got knocked off. So it's Big Honker currently at the first place lead, followed very shortly by that Triceratops who had originally slammed into you, Thalia. So you're third place behind Ooptau's favorite and Big Honker.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't care how big his honker is. We're gonna kick his ass.
Great. You
City,
pass
right?
under the gate of the old city. You can see that you're going to have to make two very sharp turns as you round the Executioner's Run, the pit that makes up Executioner's Run. You can't help but notice that there's a crabby-looking Triceratops lurking in the pit, kind of like flailing around at the crowds up above. Make your animal handling check for the race.
Oh God.
Shoot, Nanny.
And you fall just short, so you take your 40 points. You continue at speed as you are. Okay, Big Honker continues onward. So does
Ooptau's favorite.
Thank you.
Wanted to do something at the
I'm doing math in my head. Hold on. Yep. As what is his name? Bone Cruncher passes by you. So do, which is the Allosaurus. So does Grung Stomper, which is the Ankylosaurus, and Jungle Princess, the Deinonychus. They run past you as you slow down and don't gain any more points for this round. Would you like to do anything?
Well, I wanted to do something back over at the point where the two paths cross. Like, over at the...
What do you want to do?
I wanted to, cast Poison Spray kind of more in the air, so, like, the higher up dinosaurs, would, like, have to breathe it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can still cast that. You can cast that. You can cast that in the air, and, the dinosaurs... Let me make a couple rolls. Okay, the dinosaurs seem largely unaffected, but the riders do seem noticeably. A few of them actually, more like 4 of them, begin to cough and sputter as they pass through the cloud. It seems like that because they are not fully, because you cast it kind of like nebulously into the air, it does slow them, putting disadvantage on the roll again for those 3 racers. All right, so only one of the dinosaurs actually ended up passing you in that case. It does not seem like it affected them too badly, but it did slow them down enough to, even though you failed, to stay ahead of them. So you're now in 4th place. And as you run along Executioner's Run, curving around the pit, you are kind of at a close 4th, bordering 5th with one of the other dinosaurs, kind of very close to the pit. Do you want to do anything?
Ooh, we're getting... I
have 3 dots in intimidation. What if I just screamed at the top of my lungs? Just Gaza! But it's like so loud that it like throws people off.
The crowds are a little too loud for them to hear a girl in the air screaming.
Damn it.
I, however, am going to make a voluntary Constitution check because
Okay, go ahead.
Just because
Go for
means. Shit. Where's my character at?
Thalia, yeah, you're kind of like neck and neck with this rider, kind of along. Like you're both kind of close to the pit, as the rider is going to try and push you in.
Uh-oh.
Just slowly begins to descend.
Okay.
Please don't do that again.
I'm sorry.
I need you to make a just roll a d20 and add the attack bonus, I guess. This is from
D20 plus 2.
This I'm talking to. Yeah, I'm talking to.
God.
Oh no.
Natural 1. Okay.
Oh.
Well. Okay, great. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as this dinosaur slams into you. Great. Yeah, no problem. You fall off Banana Candy, but you very quickly reach out and are able to like sling your arm around his neck and hug the side of him, just dangling off of the saddle. dangling yourself over the pit. You can see that the Triceratops is like waiting below you, like very ornery and looking like it wants to attack you, but you are holding on desperately. I need you to make a strength check to try to get back on the saddle. No problem. Yeah, as Banana Candy rushes by the edge of the pit, you swing yourself back up onto the saddle, giving a glare to that rider who just scoffs and continues as we approach the next stage. As you guys begin racing back through the city gates, heading towards the Grand Souk. And you guys, you rocket back into the city and head right inside the tent of the Grand Souk. You can see that there are people sitting on crates and animal cages rooting for you as you navigate these narrow lanes between fully stocked stalls of tej, canoes, monkey cages, and a few other dinosaur mounts that are just kind of nearby. Make your animal handling check. You are lagging behind.
Woo!
Great. You hold pace. Another 40 points.
Getting close. I
Yep.
When
I would say push it, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I push it, when does he start feeling that?
He'll need to make a Constitution save, and if he fails, he'll start feeling it.
Oh.
I'm gonna push it.
You're gonna push it.
I'm
Okay.
push it.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see. All right. So roll again. This with advantage. You guys get it with advantage. Okay, cool. So yeah,
My
you definitely
other one
succeed.
more, but
I mean, you still succeed because it's advantage, so you take the higher one. No, I meant you roll one more, not roll with advantage to get 2 more results. Anyway, the point is you still had a higher number. So, Banana Candy, yeah, you begin like really kind of whipping into Banana Candy, and Banana Candy does begin pushing himself to run faster. That's going to be 50 points for Banana Candy, as opposed to the usual 40 this round. And Banana Candy needs to make a Constitution check. Banana Candy succeeds.
Yay!
Yes!
Banana Candy, even though it's pushing us beyond his normal bounds, he's taking it, he's ready, he's like, okay, oh jeez, alright, okay. And just kind of like yelling out.
we're doing this. I'm gonna throw my caltrops behind me.
Okay, sure. Yeah, oh man, they're all failing, holy shit. Okay.
Oh, no!
So everyone behind you is more slowed by the caltrops. And you have actually vaulted yourself back into 3rd place as you pass a dinosaur who had failed his check to
Is there any way to run one of the Tyrannosaurs into the other one?
I mean, you don't know, you can't do anything. I mean, these are very, very narrow lanes, so you're actually kind of not next to any of the nearby dinosaur stallia. I mean, there are like, there's like as you're kind of like rocketing by, there's just there's big old bottles of tej, big like canoes hanging kind of precariously here and there, monkey cages.
Did Mask make it to the Grand Souk to do the second sabotage?
Make a wisdom check with advantage.
What?
Wisdom.
Yeah, using city smarts. How hard is it to realize that wisdom means being street smart?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, intelligence is book smarts, wisdom is street smarts.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you were able to make it just in time.
Awesome. But I'm throwing caltrops in the path of the Tyrannosaurs.
Yeah, at the very front of the race too. Mm-hmm. So you just get you make it to the exit of where they're going to be running out of just in time to see that they're about to come out, and you make a stealth check actually as well. Yeah, you very discreetly run up and toss them from the crowd, completely unseen. As I need to for those 2 dinosaurs up in front, I need to make dexterity saving throws. Big Honker succeeds.
No.
And the Triceratops and Ukta's favorite fails.
Oh!
Thalia, I need you to make a dexterity save. Thalia also fails.
No!
And, great. It is your speed is reduced by, you get 10 less points every round now. But so does Ubtau's favorite. And the other racers by this point are so far behind, it's just down to you three. So, with that, bearing that in mind, we're moving on to the next stage of the race.
I need you to drop me!
As you leave the Grand Sue, you can see that you're all rocketing towards Yikawazi Hill. You can see the Coliseum up ahead of you. It's the finishing line. And as you race up the various streets, you see that, and you can see that the arena is, you can hear just people yelling and screaming with delight from inside as the finishing line is in sight. You are actually, let's see, because actually you're now in second place. I had to go back some of my math there. You're in second place now because Eltrip reduced his speed, and that actually brought him down to 40. And because you pushed him, you did 50. So you're now in second place.
Okay. Wait, I have an empty bag. This is gonna sound crazy. I have an empty bag. I'm gonna wrap it around an arrow of an air. Then I'm gonna wrap around an arrow, and I'm gonna shoot it at the rider of the T-Rex, so I can hopefully shoot him off, and have it be non-lethal.
Okay, how are you wrapping this around the arrow? Are you just putting a bag over the arrow, or what are you doing here?
Around the arrowhead.
Around the arrowhead, so you just kind of like bundle it up into like this kind of like ball.
So it's more of like a blunt arrow than an actual
yeah,
thing.
Sure, okay. You're trying to hit the rider.
The way you said that.
So it's like,
Sure,
I just wrap a blood.
Oh God! I don't know if I trust that. But also, Ileana's just panicking, but she's also like,
Sure.
"Oh, I don't want
You reach into your pouch and you reach into your quiver, grabbing an arrow, wrapping a sack around it. You load it up into your bow. When you see that just before the entrance to the Coliseum, there is a trench 10 feet across filled with water, and that you're all rocketing towards. I need you to roll an attack against the rider.
Oh!
I will say that it hits, and I'll give him disadvantage on the check to make this jump.
Is there any way, Ack, can you drop me on the dinosaur? She looks just as panicked and afraid as you would think, but she's like, I don't know if this will work.
Can I do that?
Okay. What are you trying to do?
I want to drop down onto the dinosaur like with the rider.
You can certainly try.
Oh boy!
Do I need to roll
I would
anything?
say consider the circumstances, but I'm following you.
You roll nothing. Ileana, I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Oh, good. Well, this will end well. She wants to try and help. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, so you're like, I'll do it, and you release her, and Ileana, you just fall completely, like a good 20 feet away, and you just slam down into you just slam down into the stone. You're gonna take.
Wait! Before you take any damage, before you take any damage, is there any chance Ack could realize that she fucked up and swoop in and try and save, or what would I have to roll in order to try that?
It's too late for that.
Son of a bitch.
No!
As you impact the ground, you take 2 points of. As you impact the ground, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
As you completely missed anything near the Coliseum.
Okay, Ack.
Ileana just drops and face plants into the pavement.
I see that happen, and I look at Ack, and I'm like, "We'll talk later."
Ack comes down and just
she's
fucking...
in the
Okay, so I need to make this check. I'm gonna make the check with disadvantage for Big Honker because you hit the rider with an arrow. Let's see. This is an animal handling check. Okay.
Spam.
You watch as Tariq the writer, who Abba knows is the son of a Kenyafa, like rears back to get ready for a jump over the pit. You watch as the arrow hits Tariq in the back of the head. He lurches forward, causing Big Honker to also like lurch forward and like flail about in a moment of kind of stubbornness, and they both tumble directly into the pit of water.
Yes!
I need you to make a an animal handling check, for speed first, and then for the jump. So make your race check first. You roll. You're rolling. Stop, Thalia, stop. You're rolling with advantage again. Stop that.
Oh, come on!
So, untoggle advantage and roll again. Thank you. Okay, good. 40. Okay, you get. Or are you pushing, or are you going for just the base 40? Because remember, you have lost 10 feet of speed, so you'll either get 30 or 40. 30 if at normal, 40 if you push it.
How much of a lead do we have right now?
I mean, it depends on if you decide to push it or not. You are as you're jumping over the pit, you do make the jump, but as you're jumping over it, Big Honker's already begun to climb out, and you are neck and neck. So it is up to you.
Well, wait. After we land after the pit, I'm gonna throw all the rest of my ball bearings down.
Okay, cool. You can do that. What I'm saying is, are you going to take 30 points, or are you pushing it for a 40 point?
I think I'm going to push it.
Okay, good. So I'll make his constitution check. He succeeds. So you get 40 points here, as opposed to 50, because you lost 10 feet from the country. Okay. Great. So, we are at...
I'm going to PM you something real quick, Xander, because from the supplement we're using.
Yeah, please, because I'm using that right now as well.
And thank you for the bits, by the way.
Thank you for the bits!
Oh! Very true, Alex. Very true. He failed the check, meaning he doesn't climb out of the pit, meaning he doesn't win. But it is down to the rest. But it is down to the other, the remaining dinosaurs behind you. So you push it, and you run in. And you run. You said you want to do something with ball bearings, or what are you gonna do?
I still put the ball bearings after the pit.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Great. So, Ubta's favorite slips over the ball bearings as he successfully made the jump and begins to lose speed on the ball bearings, almost tumbling over, but his rider gets a natural run and he falls onto his face.
Nice!
Yes!
Does the crowd roar as they watch that? Because that would be funny.
They do. There's this huge, tremendous uproar as you come charging in, and there's this crowd of dinosaurs that fall behind you as Banana Candy rushes directly into first place, crossing the finish line, coming to a stop in the center of the arena.
Yes!
Yes!
Wow!
We did it, boys!
I also let me tally something up real quick. All right, good. And yeah, you were very close to losing that, actually. So you won. You did it.
Banana Candy, I
thank
said,
you for
you
the
did
bits.
amazing.
Thank you for the bits!
Thank you for the bits!
We won!
Woo!
Woo!
Ileana coming in. Ileana. Thalia coming in clutch with Ileana's help and Mask's help.
Woo!
You come rushing on in, and you watch as a number of well-adorned men and women come running up, putting flower wreaths over you, and long silken sashes and colorful cloths begin to drape you. A couple of them also putting them onto Banana Candy himself. You see that as you are approached by this crowd in a grandiose celebration, and Banana Candy leans back and just lets out a long kind of roar, of which you hear its translation like, "Oh, well, that was lots of fun."
Thank you for more bits!
Thank you for the bits!
Thank you for the bits!
Yay!
At first, I'm still pumped on the adrenaline, but then I'm starting to realize, oh my god, all these people are so close to me and they're touching me, and oh.
Oh.
I'm just I'm just like accepting it, but I feel really good.
A lot of people are touching you right now, and as the crowd roars and the remaining dinosaurs make it, you see that the Coyote, the beautiful afroed woman who has somehow made it all the way over here in time for the end of the race, approaches you, flanked by what seems like all 7 of the merchant princes currently here. But she takes the lead and she approaches you, handing you not handing you, as 2 very scantily clad Chiltons, 1 man and 1 woman, of ridiculous physique and beauty, set an ornate chest at your feet.
Ooh.
I look at them and I open the chest.
Oh my god.
You have earned your reward. And you open the chest and you see inside, sitting on a silken purple pillow, is a ornate silver key, a larger than usual key. You also see a bejeweled ring engraved with a number of tiny intricate mazes. Another small box inside full of papers, a sack of gems, and a sack of 100 gold pieces.
Woo!
Damn.
As well as a folded up letter that's also inside the chest. As the merchant princes address the crowd and they say, "We thank you for coming out. It has been a most wondrous time. Until next week, my friends and fellows." And slowly, over the course of the next couple hours, things calm down. And you all meet up and celebrate. You meet up with Thalia following the race, Banana Candy being shepherded back off to their pen.
I feel like as soon as that's over, like, whenever they get over there, Ileana just runs up, like, what happened? And then she, like, sees the key, and she goes, oh! She, like, runs over, just like Thalia, like, yay!
Mask gets over there, and he's just, like, dusting his hands off.
That was so much fun, and oh my goodness, I didn't know what happened! And she just realized what she's doing, and she goes, puts her hands up to her face, and then just kind of backs up, like, 10 feet.
The short version, Ileana, is that we won.
That I almost died like 8 times.
Yeah.
Races, and Ava like slaps Thalia on the back. That's the races. I can't believe you actually won. Even Mia's never actually won.
Get wrecked, Mia.
She comes high enough that we're able to get money off of bets, but she's not that good. If you think if we won this kind of stuff, you think we'd be so fucking poor?
I always assumed it was due to gambling. I don't actually say that, I'm just being silly.
Yeah.
Speaking of bets, hey, Ileana, you and I both put like 1 gold piece on, didn't we?
We did! Wait,
Oh.
so how does that mean?
Let's go find the vendor.
Okay. And, like, everyone sees, like, the significant bandage on Ileana's nose, too, as well, because it's like, yeah! Totally!
You know, like, the whole posse goes with Ileana, like, I even follow her.
I was like, wait, what happened, Ileana? What happened to your face?
I had fun! I never had that much fun in my life!
I glare at Axe.
I thought of a plan. It didn't work, but it was fun.
Alright.
I tried.
Viciously onto the concrete.
It was my idea.
Wait.
Totally my idea. It
You're
didn't
on the
work.
concrete?
That guy
Okay,
just
you-
Ava
missed.
takes one look at Ileana and then goes, oh, good job. The shot.
You tried, I suppose.
It helped, I think, earlier with the light, so.
Star Princess HLZ asks, is Ileana old enough to gamble? Probably.
Yeah.
Back isn't. He's 8.
So I'm not sure why Robbo's bits didn't go through, but Electric's did. But thank you both for the bits.
Thank you for the
Yay.
bits.
Thank you.
So Ileana and Ak, you guys make your way back towards the bookie to cash out on your wagers. You both gave in a gold, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, just 1.
All right, for Optaus, no, you were Banana Candy? Okay, for Banana Candy, that will be, here is your, she gives each of you your individual gold pieces back. Okay, there's the initial wager and the payout. She drops 2 small sacks in front of you. That'd be 35 silver each.
Yay! Oh, that's
Hi.
awesome.
Thank you.
All right, next, and it continues handing out
Oh.
wagers.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Well, I'm glad you all had fun today. We also won quite a bit. I tell about what we won.
Yeah, you watch as another guy walks up and gets another guy, by the way, walks up to the betting table and it gets this very large sack of gold that he begins to heft away, and he says, "Huh, I bet that Mountain Thunder would get last place, and I was right." And he continues.
I
What a
laugh.
trooper.
I
What a
find that hilarious.
Oh. Do people actually bet on that?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
you have reconvened.
Yep.
Well, this is some good news. We've got. I guess now we've definitely got the money to pay for a guide now.
Oh, indeed.
Oh, that's
Pepper, we
right.
won.
Yeah, that's true. Does
And
the
this
key work
thing
for
is-
all of us?
I think as
For
long as
all
we
of
split
us?
the bill, it should be fine.
Now, I do believe that we were invited to the merchant Prince Jabal's who runs the guide, so what better way to find the guides than through him?
I like the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a
Yeah,
plan.
I'd say.
And
I also-
actually, fittingly enough, as you actually the letter that was inside the chest you received, as you open it up, it actually is an invitation for dinner from Jabal.
Hey!
Hey!
Sweet.
How
Say, I
convenient.
also got this letter.
Mm-hmm.
Who's it from?
Did that out.
Convenient. But is his handwriting nice?
Suppose.
Should we roll a
Handwriting.
d20 for handwriting check?
If
It
you
looks
want.
like chicken scratch.
Excuse you, I
It
take offense
looks
to that.
like elegant. It looks elegant and curved and very kind of cursive.
Well, I
Oh,
rolled a
so
10 for
neat.
his
Well, that-
handwriting check, so there.
Well, he has good penmanship.
All right.
Oh, that's so nice.
We're going or what?
I think it's a
When
good
it
idea.
was, I wanted to see if there was, if we should go now, or if there's time for us to do something else.
Well, I am pretty hungry.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness, that was a lot.
The
I would-
invitation, we may as well get on it.
Indeed.
Okay, so we're going? Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, we're going.
We're going.
Okay. Well, give me a second.
1 Mississippi. 2
Two
Mississippi.
Mississippi. There you go. I know. Scandalous more than a second.
Mhm.
Yes, so
How dare.
you guys make your way to the up to the Merchant Prince villas again. And this one is a bit, you've only been to Wakanga's so far. So as you approach this next one, you can see it's very similar in the regard that there is, as usual, 4 guards posted outside the gate. And the villa that is beyond it, whereas it's less grandiose than Wakanga's. This one seems a bit more. This is definitely one with a little bit more privacy involved, where instead of most of these windows that you can see into the villa have their curtains closed over them or the shutters shut, allowing it a degree of kind of uncertainty as to what exactly is inside. But as you approach the gates, displaying your letter that you received at the race, the guards let you in. And as you guys walk past the threshold of the door, unlike the exterior, the interior is lavishly decorated. The walls of Jabal's villa are festooned with silk draperies, tapestries, and the mounted heads of various jungle beasts. No dinosaurs, but various like you see monkeys and primates and a kind of like a white furred ape looking creature with large like fangs. That's pretty. It's bigger than a normal ape. That is displayed as well. That kind of like look down ominously at you all as you all kind of have gathered into the you are escorted into the waiting chamber of his villa, and moments later, sure enough, accompanied by a pair of servants, you see a Chilton man with relatively with a fair amount of hair that he kind of keeps less a much shorter afro than say Queothe, but like he keeps it kind of like low, like a little bit closer cut, with a pair of gold earrings on his right ear.
So like Sam Jackson length in Pulp Fiction.
I'd say like a little, like yeah, thereabouts, maybe a little bit more. I can show you actually with bits of gray, a streak of gray running through his beard. And his face, impassive and calm, walks up and he says, "Good evening, my friends. Welcome to my villa. What a surprise that the people who won the race were also the people Wakanga told me I should be meeting anyway."
Convenient how that works.
Indeed.
Very nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Well, by all means, I invited you here for dinner. Please come and dine. And guides you through the halls of his villa to his dining chamber. And unlike Wakanga's, this one's less colorful and more lavish in the way of sheer complexity of what is in here and less colors, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Flanking the doors as you guys enter into the dining chamber, you see a fairly lighter complexioned human male, definitely not Chilton, wearing the local styles for sure, but he's definitely not from around here. Standing next to the door, and as Jabal enters behind the rest of you, he sits down next to Jabal, and he says, "Well, oh yes, please, this is my consort, Azon." And the fellow says, Azon in particular, he says, "Greetings," as you all sit down kind of in this momentary tense quiet.
Ileana's back to her formal-ish self.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
And food and drink are quickly served. And you can tell that like Jabal and Wakanga are two very different people, because things are put on as less of a show and more of like a, keeping things formal and cutting to the chase. "Wakanga tells me you're here for some sort of expedition."
That is correct.
Yep.
"Pray tell, what does this expedition entail?"
Well, have you heard about the death curse that's going around town?
"I have, yes."
Well, we're hoping to stop it.
"Interesting undertaking. Well, what have you planned for this expedition of yours?"
Well, we've gathered
Please,
many of the
I
necessary
am fascinated
supplies.
to know what your plans are.
We've managed to gather all the necessary supplies, and we thought that we'd start by going down the river.
Which river?
Remind me, guys, did we pick a river yet?
I think
We
so.
haven't figured that out yet.
Nope.
Yeah. So it's just like, there's that pause, and it's like, I'm trying to be formal, but I also don't want to sound like I'm dumb.
If you want my advice, I can fetch you one of my maps if you do not have one.
I think we have one.
As complete. We have one, but it's not the most complete thing.
No
you-
map of Chult is complete.
Still,
If you would be able to help us with anything that you have, that would be very beneficial.
Let me see this map of yours.
Ack hands him the map.
Okay, he unfurls it, and as he looks at, his eyes actually widen, and you see actually his stoicism drops for a second. "This is a remarkable map."
Thank
this
you.
is by far one of, if not the best map I've ever seen made of Chult. There are things on here that I didn't even know existed. He looks up from the map at you all. How much are you willing to part with it for?
It's not for sale.
100 gold.
It's not for
I'm
sale.
so sorry, we're not sitting.
5,000 gold.
I appreciate that it's I appreciate that I appreciate your offer.
No, no, no.
10,000 gold, my final offer.
No,
Okay,
we
guys.
need this for going out into. I'm sorry, but we need this for our expedition.
Guys, just hold off for a second. Can you wait a few months?
Few months?
We still need
at
the map to
most.
travel through the forest.
We need the map.
Yeah.
We need the map for the immediate future, but we will be coming back. If the offers still exist, and assuming we keep it in as good a condition as it is, and we'll be completing it along the way.
Indeed. There will be more to the map once we are done with it.
Make a persuasion check.
Good lord.
Photographer, by the way.
I can help. I'll roll.
what the
oh
fuck?
no.
Well, I'm a cartographer. I'm good with maps.
Wow, guys.
Okay, so for the record, the rule is when one person can roll with advantage instead of having everyone roll, because really only Ak and Matt were the ones talking there.
Okay.
Oh, right. In that case, I shall roll again with advantage and pretend the other rolls didn't
do that
exist.
with advantage, Ak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey!
Okay. So, he takes a long, studying look at you, Ak, and he says, I tell you what, I don't put a lot of stock into adventures that come through with the plan of going into the jungle. Most of them die, or most of them find nothing and skip down. However, he holds up a finger, however, something about you all inspires confidence within me. Very well. Should you return from your jungle expedition, then I will happily buy the map from you for 10,000 gold pieces.
That is quite generous of you.
Sounds like we have a deal. Thank you very much.
He nods.
All right.
Have you a guide?
I feel like Ileana just kind of like coughed in their drink. Just like.
Yeah, I was having a similar like, what the what?
We
She
have
understands like rich people, but I was also just like, oh my god.
Have you a guide?
We have,
Actually,
of course,
now that
been
you mention
looking, but who better than the merchant prince who oversees the guides to give us a recommendation?
Very true. I cannot recommend one guide over the other, but what I can do for you is... He looks over at Azon, he says, Azon here is very familiar with the guides as I am. I can have him send you around to meet all of them. At least the ones in Port Nyanzaru, of course.
Are there ones outside of Port Nyanzaru? Sorry.
Well, of course,
I
there
know that.
are ones who work in Fort Beluarian, which reminds me, have you all secured your charter yet?
No, not yet.
You better get on that.
We're working on it.
Yes, there are some guides that work out of Fort Beluarian. I don't think most. I think only 2 of them tend to work out there. But the most of them are here in the city. Most of the legal, of course. I am not familiar with any of the illegal ones that I haven't already paid a visit to. But I can happily have my man escort you about town.
Well,
Whom have you met? If
Let's-
anybody.
Oh, we've met quite a few.
There was that one arm
Yeah.
guy, wasn't there?
Yes, there was the one who a dragon bit off his arm, and he informed us about that at length.
Yes, Hugh Hackenstone, yes.
There was the middle-aged woman who seemed intent not to go with me for whatever reason.
She is very selective with who she travels with, yes.
Yes, there were also the 2 with the outrageous accents who we told to go die.
Oh, for Rule and Gondola.
Yes, those.
I kind of like nod a little. I've just been sitting and drinking my wine in silence.
They are a bit dandyful, but they aren't. Well, I gave them money and they haven't failed me yet. They pay their dues when they get gold. But yes, they are a little extravagant.
Yes. Then there was
Anybody
also
else?
the albino dwarf.
Musharib, yes, I know him. He's a quiet fellow, but also one who likes to get things done.
And then finally, how would I describe this woman? In polite company, of course. How would I describe this woman?
Salida, of course, yes. Salida is, well, she's one of the more, how do I say? She holds her head a bit higher than the other guides.
Really?
But she
I
is
hadn't
also very
noticed.
quick. She is also very quick to do more than guide work. She is quick to row the boats, carry supplies. She has a general fascination with going into the jungle and working. She doesn't always hire herself out as a guide. Sometimes she works as just a simple expeditionary crew member. But, like I said, she, like the others, pay their dues.
Well, those are the ones we've met.
Got it. Well, Anya can escort you around town, say, tomorrow at midday.
Alright.
All right.
It sounds lovely.
Or, of course, we can wait until you have secured a charter. I am entirely open to whatever you wish.
That's the thing we gotta do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Looking at the map, I don't imagine we would have much trouble getting to Fort Belloarian without a guide.
Yeah.
There are various ships that can ferry you to and fro, yes. They are capable and quick if you find the right captain.
Do we have to take a ship?
You have to take a ship. Or you can walk a week.
We should probably take a ship.
So
It's
we have to
either
take a
one
ship,
week-
is what you're saying.
It is, yes. You can either spend a week hiking along the coast, or you can maybe get there in a day. Well, 2 days. It is about a day by boat to get to the shore, and then a day's hike from the camp there.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, we'll take the ship.
Very well. Anything else? Any questions that I might be able to answer while you have me here?
You wouldn't happen to have any books or information about exactly what's going on about the stuff that's in the jungle, would you?
I do not take a particular interest in that stuff, only outside of what my guides have told me. Nothing I'm sure that you haven't already found elsewhere, I'm sure.
It's worth checking. Let's see here. No, I mean, I think that's all I've got.
I think I'm good too.
I don't have anything I need to ask.
Shake my head.
Do
Naturally.
you have any?
All right,
Do you have any local cave charters I could have a look at?
Local what, sorry?
Cave charters. You know, maps of underground thingies
Oh, wait,
around.
I do not know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just worth checking.
I actually do have a question.
Yes?
Ileana would just be saying, well, this is more of just a query than anything else, but I don't know if you've seen anybody with this particular crest from Waterdeep, have you? And she's kind of like lifts up her.
She glances at it, and he glances at it and he just shakes his head. Nope, never seen it before in my life.
Okay.
I'm not the one to talk. I don't give a damn for what comes and goes from Waterdeep. Your best bet there with, flicks his eyes up and thinks for a moment. Waterdeep, you say?
Yes.
Well, your best bet would probably be the Northerners at Fort Belloarian. They're the ones who deal with primarily Baldur's Gate, but they do get a few Waterdeep here and there.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much.
Would give an ask. It's worth a shot. That's the best I can offer.
That's very helpful. Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Well then, it has been delicious and an honor to have you in my home, but I tire from today's festivities and I would like to rest. Azon, would you please show them out when they are finished with their dinner? And the man says, yes, sir. And Jabal gets up and heads to the door and he says, like I said, I'm very much interested in that map. As soon as you're willing to part with it, of course.
Fair enough.
Good night.
Good night. Well, I guess we're chartering a ship.
I suppose we are.
A lot to
Great.
charter.
Why do you not want to go out on a ship, Ava?
Reasons. I'll tell you when you're older.
What?
Some stuff happened. I'm pretty uncomfortable with them, but it's irrational. It doesn't matter. Look, as long as we're not going out of the bay, we should be fine. Yeah, exactly. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
Ileana just kind of squints at her.
Everything is going fine. Today's a good day. We won a race and we got to visit another crazy rich man. That's how I feel. Abba takes a very long sip of her drink. That is how I feel.
Oh, okay, but...
Go on the ship, and it's gonna be fine, and nothing bad is going to happen.
Yep, it's in the crow's nest.
Fine, and nothing bad happens on the ocean ever in a million years. I'm gonna stop talking now.
That would probably be best.
Ilia's
All right,
squinting, but just plain concerned.
Abba's visibly anxious at this point, like, definitely not doing good.
Oh no! Reassuring tap on the shoulder, like, it's going to be okay.
Finish up our food quickly.
Yeah.
She's like kind of glancing around, like kind of feeling the mood. We should finish up our food quickly and go back to where we're going to sleep.
Right.
Yeah, let's do that. Yep.
Tired.
Yeah.
All right. You finish up. Azon escorts you out. You guys make your way through the streets of Port Nyanzaru back towards your lodgings, which for you, Thalia, are actually now free wherever you want in the city, because you hold the key for the week. And
It's for the week?
Yeah, it's for the next week. Yeah, it gets traded. It gets exchanged between the winners of the race.
Sense.
Yeah.
How dang can we get a refund? I'm kidding.
I'll be here for the next week anyway.
Find yourselves finishing your celebrations for the very exciting days at the races, coming to a rest, and planning for the next day ahead, and where you're planning to meet with the various other guides here that remain here in the city, and from there on, make your way to Fort Belluarian. And we will end there tonight.
Yay!
Right. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! So, tune in another 2 weeks, my dudes, for another thrilling chapter of Dungeons and Douchebags, Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night, and
Yay!
I hope you don't die.
I mean, next week's Discord murder party, so...
Yeah.
Murder!
The return of Dr. McGillicuddy! What?
It should be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yep. Alrighty then.
Alright.